Okay, let's talk about something that so many companies struggle with. How are you making your most important workforce decisions? Are they based on hard data, or are you kind of just guessing? You know that uncertainty, it can be a massive, hidden problem.
So let's just ask it straight up. Is your workforce built on guesswork? Are you still making critical calls based on old-school methods, like hunches about the busy season? Or even worse, just making arbitrary budget cuts? If any of that sounds familiar, you're pretty much navigating a minefield with a blindfold on. And here's what's really at stake. On one hand, you've got overstaffing. That's a constant financial drag, just wasting capital that could be used for growth. But on the other side, you've got understaffing, and that leads right to employee burnout and these crippling bottlenecks that just bring everything to a grinding halt. It's a tough balancing act, and getting it wrong in either direction, well, it has some really serious consequences.
And the cost of getting it wrong? We are not talking about small change here. We're talking about millions of dollars in lost revenue. Millions, just gone. Wasted on inefficiency because you can't really measure what your organization is truly capable of.
But what if you could swap out all that guesswork for actual certainty? What if you could scientifically calibrate your entire workforce? Well, that's exactly where this solution, WorkAlign, comes into the picture. It was developed by a company called Humanology HBA to solve this very problem.
Now, WorkAlign isn't just another HR metric you have to track. It's positioned as a behavioral intelligence solution. The whole idea is to get to true organizational right-sizing. Giving you the precise data and strategic insights to turn your workforce from this big, uncertain cost into a finely tuned engine for growth.
So you're probably wondering, how does it actually do that? How does it get that precise? Well, it all starts with a scientific foundation that's going to completely change how you look at your team.
Okay, so here is the first really big shift. Traditional planning often fails because it's just based on a simple head count. WorkAlign says, nope, let's throw that out. Instead, it uses the much more rigorous principle of full-time equivalent, or FTE. This basically creates a standard, apples-to-apples unit of workload, and it doesn't matter if an employee is full-time, part-time, or seasonal. It's all comparable.
And the formula itself? It's actually super simple. Just total hours worked divided by standard hours. But the result? The result is profound. It gives you an objective, data-driven view of your actual workforce capacity. For maybe the first time, you can answer that fundamental question: do we have the right amount of people doing the right work?
All right, so once you figure out the right number of people, the focus then shifts to performance. And WorkAlign frames this around what they call the 3 E's, 3 pillars for reaching peak organizational performance. First up is economy. This is all about making sure you get the absolute maximum value from every single dollar you spend on your people. Simple enough. Second is efficiency. This is about doing things right, getting rid of waste in your processes. But this third E, effectiveness, this is the real game changer. This is about doing the right things. WorkAlign helps you avoid that classic mistake of making a totally useless process more efficient and make sure your entire team is pointed squarely at your core mission. So what really makes this different? I mean, any system can track hours, right? But WorkAlign's secret sauce is that it's powered by behavioral science, and this is what they call the Humanology advantage. Now, this quote you're seeing, this is a huge shift in thinking. It basically says inefficiency isn't a people problem. It's a symptom of deeper issues in your systems and behaviors. The problem isn't your employees. It's the broken process they're stuck working in. And here's how they go about fixing it. The focus is always on the process, not blaming the people. The system uncovers those hidden work habits that are dragging down productivity. Then it uses these strategic behavioral nudges. Just think of them as small, smart interventions that encourage better behaviors, and this is so critical, they minimize that natural human resistance to change. So really, it all boils down to this. In a market that demands you be fast and precise, relying on subjective guesswork is a liability you just can't afford anymore. It's time. It's time to stop guessing and start aligning. This is your path from confusion to total clarity. You start with scientific validation using that objective FTE data. From there, you move to strategic alignment with the 3 E's, and you finally get the behavioral insight you need to fix the root causes of inefficiency once and for all. So if you're ready to move past all that uncertainty and you want to transform your organization into a high-performing, perfectly right-sized powerhouse, the next step is pretty clear. The people who created this tool, Humanology HBA, they're the ones to talk to. It's time to see how WorkAlign can deliver the clarity your business has been waiting for.